Moose, you've seen it all. You've seen all these Jordan practices before. Was this one more physical than you kind of thought it was going to be?
Got a little feisty out there in the beginning, a little bit of carryover from yesterday, but I was really impressed by Coach Rule and Coach Belichick, being able to get the guys back on task and not letting an opportunity to get better go by the wayside, because a lot of situations like that, you're going to walk in, you're going to split it, one team's going to that field, one team's going to that field, but they're able to get everybody back on task and get some good work done. And these are the most important opportunities during training camp. You're going against somebody else, you're seeing a different scheme, and this is an opportunity for everybody to get better, so it was really impressive to see him get everybody straightened back around.
Only fights can prevent the quarterback question becoming the first question. What have you seen between Sam and Baker in the last 2 days?
Well, just a lot of the stuff that everybody's talking about. Baker has that ability to stretch the field. He's a little bit more aggressive than Sam is. Sam's a little bit more calculated. I think both of them, have to understand the importance of protecting the football and whether, that's maybe not getting down the field as deep as you want. Developing that trust, knowing which guys you can trust to go up and either make that catch or make a play to keep that interception down. But that's going to be the biggest thing for both of them. Baker's got a ton of charisma. I think a lot of the guys will feed off that. So two different personalities, two different styles, but the one thing both of them have to do is really kind of dial in that respect for the football and eliminate some of those critical turnovers.
So who wins the job?
I think just the way that it looked out here today, it's Baker Mayfield's job to lose. I think everybody's been impressed by how much he's learned since he came in early July. That's not an easy thing to do, switching offenses. Sam had a little bit of a head start on him in that regard, but I think you see that personality, and we've seen it when he was in Cleveland, how all the guys rally around him. He's through his history as a quarterback, he's had that competitive thing and plays with a little bit of an edge. And if he can really kind of hone that in and make it a really good edge, I think that they've got an opportunity, with Baker to do some interesting things this year in a division that's kind of going through a little bit of transition.
And Matt brought in a lot of new coaches this year. You've seen him transition this team quite a bit over the last few years. What have you really noticed is different with Matt and this team compared to last year?
Well, everybody talks about, the process. We hear the process from everybody. And what I've seen is Matt coming in and kind of going through that, and when you make a mistake or it's not a perfect fit, you move off of it right away. You don't try and make it work. If it's not working naturally, then you need to move off of that. And I think I've seen him do that a number of times when you talk about staff positions. When there's an opportunity to upgrade, it's not just on the players, it's also within your staff. And I think you've seen some movement there. As they've gone through this whole thing, you can see, there was that big emphasis in year one to get better on defense. Now we're kind of shifting to the offensive side of the ball. You've got to have that quarterback spot. That'll be critical. The offensive line is that one area where, a lot of teams in the NFL are struggling to get that 5. And I think that will be the key. For several years now, Carolina has had talented skill players, but it's been that offensive line that limits the ability with pass protection breakdowns or running lanes that are not clear. That really kind of bogs down the offense as a whole. So if that starting 5, if they can find a starting 5, and people will say it's the best 5, I kind of disagree with that. It's the best 5 that play the best together. And maybe sometimes that's not one of your better guys in that spot, but this guy plays so well with the right tackle as the right guard, or this guy plays so well with both guards as the center. You make that change, you give up maybe a little bit of upside for that chemistry that you create in that starting 5. So I think that'll be the biggest thing for them coming out of camp. Everybody's going to want to know who the quarterback is, which is critical, but what is that starting 5 and how cohesive are they to start the season?
Got to keep the quarterback on their feet and keep Christian healthy. Daryl, appreciate you coming on again, man.
Great to see you. Yeah.